Hey, what's up, guys? It's Toxic here. Welcome back to Unpopular Opinions 8. The eighth installment of the series where I sit down and I read your unpopular opinions. I give my take on it, and it's cool. Now, I've been thinking for a while. Let me know down in the comments. Would you like to see the 10th episode, or every 10th episode for that matter, be much longer than the normal ones? Like, instead of it being a little bit under or barely over 10 minutes, we try to, or not we try, but I'll read almost every single one. Like, obviously, if it's like 500 replies, I'm not gonna read every single one, but you get the point. Like, I'll make it like a good 20-30 minutes episode for the 10th installment. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about that. I definitely would be down to do that. Anyway, also, before I get into the video, you guys kept telling me to get new background footage, and I'm tired of reusing the same one. So, enjoy the Roblox Uno in the background. For real though, let me know if you guys want that as well. I know I'm telling you guys to comment a lot, but just let me know. Do you guys want me to use Roblox Uno in the background? Because I know that's a big difference from, like, tryhard Phantom Forces gameplay. So, yeah. Anyway, let's get straight into it. The first comment being from Nathrix: gear isn't worth buying. I made a video addressing this before. In that video, I basically said that, gear doesn't really serve too much of a purpose anymore. And it's like literally the bottom tier of items on the catalog. Sure, I own a few gears. I bought a few gears, but that's mainly to make my avatar in Roblox kind of fit in. Like, it would just look weirder, without gears, but whatever. I'm getting off on a tangent. I'm probably gonna remove half of the stuff I said because, like I said, it's going off on a tangent. Anyway, next up from Me6, there are too much kids that are pretending to be teenagers. I guess, I mean, Roblox is intended for, the pre-teenage to teenage ages. Okay, so, I mean, there are children who pretend they're older. I remember when I was younger, I used to say, like, when I was, like, 10, for example, I would say I was, like, 12 or 13, and, I would just keep that age going, and then, one time, like, basically, once I got to, like, 14 or 15, I just let it stay stuck at that age until I was actually 14 or 15, but whatever, I guess I count as one of those kids who pretend to be teenagers because you want to sound cooler. I don't know why I did it. I just felt like I would look cooler, so I did it. Anyway, next up from Emmanuel Chin. You've been in, like, all of my unpopular opinions, so I'm gonna have to, either you need to stop getting comments that get a lot of likes and actually are kind of a useful comment to add to this video, or, I don't know, just stop popping up. I'm just kidding. For real though, he said most games like 500 or less people playing are better than the front page games. This is more of a somewhat popular opinion at this day and age, whatever the expression is, because I do see a lot of people saying that, these underrated games are better than, the games that are on the front page now. Like, a lot of people are like, Prison Life is better than Jailbreak, or, stuff like that. Basically, alternatives with much less players. Which, I mean, I guess not many children would go to the lengths to find, lesser played games, or if they are into those games, they're going to be more dedicated than the people who just log on to Jailbreak every day. And, they might be more mature. I don't know. There's no studies that link any of this stuff. I can't really, point to it as a fact. But I guess I can agree. I guess the communities are better because you have less, 8-year-olds and 7-year-olds or whatever. And you get more, like, generally a more mature, less children kind of thing out of it. The games in general, like, their quality, sometimes they are better, sometimes they're worse. I can't just generalize it and say, oh, all of these games are much better than what we have on the front page, because, I mean, some games on the front page are well developed, but they just aren't, what we like. We as a collection of people who dislike, certain front page games. Like, for example, Bloxburg. A lot of people don't like Bloxburg, myself included. It's not really my thing, but it is well developed, and I guess you can't really deny that. And you get my point. Anyway, next up from Lewis, another person who I've mentioned at least like 5 to 6 times in this series so far. Roblox clans are useless. I believe he means groups, and to a degree, I have to agree. Back in the day, Fear, Rat, all of those, they were very popular, and they were ways to fill in time. Like, you would just go to war with a different clan, and it fills in your time. Another good example is Frost Clan, by the way. I didn't mention them, but I was in Frost Clan. I wasn't in Fear or Rat. I was a Frost Clan boy. Don't hate me. Uh, anyway, back then they were just a fun way to just fight people, and sword fighting back then was taken a lot more serious, and it was a lot more fun back then. Nowadays, I don't really have the same amount of fun. I don't know if it's because I grew up or if they changed something along the way, but I don't know. I just found it more fun back then. Also, the gunfights are also pretty cool. Like certain clans had like guns that you could use. Just generally, the clans back then, they were pretty fun. But like most things on Roblox nowadays, it's just like it's aged. Nobody really enjoys doing those things anymore. And the people who do are like these children who take it so seriously. It gets on your nerves in a way. Like a good example is someone who's like, they rank you up and then they're like, whoa, you didn't listen to my order. That's a D rank, mister. And then they D rank you into group for that or something. I don't know. You get the point. It's just like, they take it so serious now. And back in the day, it was just kind of fun, and it was just a fun way to do stuff. I was also in a couple other clans, like a Dark Heart clan or something. I was in a bunch of different clans with a bunch of weird names, and I used to sword fight as a kid. It's whatever. It was just fun way to pass the time. Next up from Glossy, Nathrix sucks now. That's pretty rude. I don't know. I think you're referring to the fact that he went from not family friendly to family friendly to not family friendly to family friendly again. I don't know. He changes up a lot. I don't know. I guess he likes to experiment. I don't know why he does it, but I don't know. I don't think he sucks. I think he still makes the same content, and I mean, I don't know. Don't really have too many criticisms, because I don't really watch too many of his videos. Like, I do watch it here and there, and when I do, I don't know. It's pretty entertaining to me, but that's, just me. Anyway, next up, from Hydro Dragon 28, the anti-Odeer community is worse than Odeers themselves. I have to actually disagree with this one, mostly due to the fact that I feel like you shouldn't really be online dating on Roblox of all things. It's a kid's game, for Christ's sake. Like, I would understand if this is like, christianmingle.com or whatever that website is, where it's like, you just find a bunch of people to date or whatever, or Tinder, I guess, is another example. But I don't know. Whatever. You get the point. I feel like it doesn't belong on Roblox, and the anti-Odeer community is generally just kind of saying exactly what I'm saying, but they're just slightly more radical in the way they, approach talking about it or whatever. Whatever. Next up, and the last one for today, Sublime was taken. T-shirts aren't worth buying at all. I don't want to say they aren't worth buying at all, because that is really exaggerated. I guess if you're like me and you like to have classic outfits, T-shirts are generally, you could get the cheap T-shirts, or sometimes they're free. But back in the day, a lot of people just had T-shirts. And that's how it was. I don't think shirts were around the time, like, 2007. I don't remember when shirts came out. I wasn't around back then when shirts came. When I came to Roblox, there were shirts and pants and all. But a lot of the classic items, like, black sweater vest is a decent example. Black falcon crest, another good example. There were T-shirts, and, that's just how it was. Another one is pirate. That definitely counts as one. But you get the point. A lot of these items were just, T-shirts. So that's kind of why a lot of people used to buy T-shirts. They don't serve too much of a purpose now unless you're trying to make an outfit like they were back in the day. Or, if you're, for some reason, you don't want to use a game pass and you would rather have people buy a T-shirt for VIP. But that's very rare now. But back in the day, again, they used to do that as well. And then, you would have to wear it. They would see the ID on your clothing, and bam, you could use it for VIP. Again, Roblox has fixed the issue by, adding game passes. So that isn't really an issue anymore either. So I guess you're right. It is kind of useless now unless you're trying to, dress up like an old person. But yeah, that's going to be it for today's video. Again, let me know if you want to see the episode 10 be much longer than the other ones. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys next time, and goodbye.